advice would you give to someone just starting out in the junk removal business?
The best advice I can give you is be resilient, and you can't give up. I've given up so many times in the past, failed so many times. Don't let those failures bring you down. Learn from those failures, fail forward. Learn from everything. That every time you fail, you get stronger. Don't let that make you give up on it, because I've failed so many times. I've had weeks, 2 3 weeks at a time, where I got no jobs, and instead of giving up, and because I've wanted to give up so many times, but finding that strength and just really being resilient, and putting in the work, make sure that you're hungry. If you want to do this business, you want to start from scratch, you got to be hungry. By doing that, I want you to think about this. You know, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? What is your why? Dig deep. Don't just give the basic answer. Oh, I want to feed my family. I want to take care of my family, which is a great why. But really dig deep inside. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to get up every day, put in blood, sweat, and tears? I could work 2 3 days, 2 3 weeks at a time with no revenue coming in. Why do I want to get up tomorrow morning and dig in and deep and really do this? You know, think about that question. What is your why? Why do you want to do this? But don't give the basic answer. Really dig deep and think about that.
How do you maintain a work-life balance in such a demanding industry?
I used to joke around that work life balance is a fantasy. This, if you're really hungry and your family understands it, you're going to make some sacrifices. You're going to sacrifice time with your family, because there's nobody that's out there that's 100% successful. The Steve Jobs out there, the Elon Musk, they didn't work 8 hours and come home and do nothing after that. They busted their ass. They went out there, blood, sweat, and tears, sacrificed time away from their families to really succeed. If you want to get that work life balance, it all depends on what that is for you. To me, my wife, if I'm working 12 hours a day or something, she knows that I'm doing something for her and for my kids and for my family, that I'm sacrificing that, and she loves that about me. To me, that's the balance, because I'm able to provide for them. I'm able to, have value to other people as well. And so, that work life balance, I don't know how to answer that question, because I've never had that. My balance is that I'm able to give my family something special, in this life. So if I have to put in a couple extra hours or work, it's a Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and I get a customer that calls me out there that really needs me, to me, that's important too, because that's helping me grow my business and grow my brand, grow my name out there in the community. And that's going to provide for my family in the future. So, when you're starting off in this business, you got to be willing to make that sacrifice.
Can you share a memorable experience or story from your time in the industry that has struck with you?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I've had so many. I could spend, the next couple hours telling you different stories and just things that stuck with me. One of the things that stuck with me, is that conversation that I mentioned before with the vice president of 1-800 Got Junk. And the reason that it stuck out to me, teaching me about leadership, is because he used to be a professional baseball player. And he was telling me about his time in baseball, that what made him special is, learning from other leaders, and that's why I liked hiring either ex athletes or ex military, because they understood what leadership is. If you worked whatever job throughout the years, whether it be fast food or a laundromat or whatever job you're doing in a corporate world, you're used to working with a manager, and that's what you see and that's what you know. But these guys, whether ex athlete, ex military, they understand what leadership looks like. They're used to having really great leaders as coaches or sergeants or what have you. They know what leadership looks like. So it's really easy to develop them. And that's one thing that, that's why I loved hiring, during the summer and I needed temporary guys. I'd go to the colleges and hire, I'd hit the rugby team at the local college here to make the best employees because one, they knew what leadership looked like and they thrived on having that leadership in their lives. And not only that, they were strong as a freaking horse, and having these guys. But to me, and he told me that people want to have that leadership. They don't want a manager. They don't want people micromanaging everything about them. So having that leadership in their life helps them grow personally as well. So, just that conversation and that kind of story. I mean, I have probably 1,000 stories. You want to hit me up in Cali here in a couple weeks, buy me a beer and I share so many stories and it's incredible. But, some of the things I learned over the years is, from networking with different franchises and when 800 got junk. And, I got to the point where I felt like I was the smartest guy in the room because some of the crap that would come out of there. Like I said, 1-800 got junk locations are all not built the same. But, I started networking with them, and like I said, I felt like the smartest guy in the room. Well, I met another franchise who were really standing out, like they're in Kansas City, and they had some great people there. And the way they did things, my first meeting with them and learning from them, I felt like the dumbest guy in the room, because they found so many different ways to do things differently and out of the norm, and that's what gave me the courage to actually make changes in my location, and not just do the norm because every cookie cutter thing that other franchises were doing, I wanted to do something bigger and better, so surround yourself with people that are smarter than you because that's how you're going to learn to do better. Like I said, that ego makes you think you're the smartest guy in the room. But once you get rid of that, that's when you really start to grow personally.
What's the most unusual item you've encountered while doing the junk removal industry?
Do you really want to know that?
I really do. I've been asking quite a few, and JoJo and Matt Vick gave me a funny one as well.
Well, we went to this house and they had an entire basement of adult toys. They were a business. They 3D printed these adult toys in their basement, and they had a store that they sold them in. But these were all prototypes or ones that had failed and everything else. So we pretty much had an entire truck loaded of adult toys.
That's funny because that same thing with Matt Vick and JoJo Vick. They had I think it was in a garbage bag, and people called up on it, and they thought it was like a dead body in there, and it ended up being a sex doll, and that was one of the items that they found and came across. And I'm interested to hear in anybody that are listening to this interview and all, maybe just comment in the comments below of something that you found during the junk removal industry that kind of stood out to you guys. And this is the last question, and we're going to call it a day because I know I've had you on for quite a while. It is, what is your favorite part about working in this industry and what keeps you motivated?
You know, that's a great question. You know, I I I love helping customers. To me, every time I walk away from a customer and have given them an experience, because I always tell people that, when you walk into a customer, if they tell you they have a sofa to pick up, and I get there and I walk away with half a truck, a full truck, crap out of their basements while I was there, even though they only called me out there for a sofa, you know, either myself, I'm going to be making more money, my teammates be going to be making more money, but on top of that, even though the customer's paying me more money, I've exceeded their expectations, and they're extremely happy for that. It's not like, oh crap, I was going to spend $125, now I just spent $700. But they're happy because they saw the value in it, and I exceeded their expectations, and that's, to me, I walk away feeling great about that. And begging me to give me a Google review or whatever, and just being on a first name basis with that. But at the same time, I'm dying to really grow this business because I want to bring people in. So again, I can begin that teaching and really impact their lives, developing them to be something more. To me, that is my ultimate goal, to grow this business, because I want to do that. I love doing that. And that's the one thing I miss about working with such a big, I had a group of 50 guys that went in and got junk, and being their leader and developing them and just teaching them and empowering them and impacting their lives was huge to me. And it made me have value, and being significant. And I miss that. So to me, being able to grow my own team and create it, grow enough that I have my own team to do that, is going to be big to me.
Where's some place that people could get a hold of you if they have any questions or want to reach out to you? And is there any social media platforms that you want to highlight right now?
Well, you can find me all over the Facebook junk removal groups. They can hit me up at Kevin Hess. You can look me up. You can just reach out to me in Messenger. You know, go to my Facebook page. You'll see my phone number on there. You want to give me a call. I've talked to so many people out there. A lot of the people that are coming to the expo, I've talked to on a personal level. John Aguirre. He's a great guy. He's going to be there talking about cogs. We've had long conversations. I've had, just I love just shooting the shit with people and just talking about the industry, giving my advice, getting advice from them in return. Um, so just, you can hit me up anytime you want, just to ask any type of question, and I'm always there to answer some questions.
And to all my subscribers, make sure to get over and go purchase Kevin's book, Leading with Purpose. Definitely something of great value that you guys definitely want to check out. And also join that Facebook group, Junk Removal Secrets. Kevin is one of the moderators on that. So that's another great place for you to find them as well. And to all my subscribers out there, please click that thumbs up button. It really helps me get an algorithm. I'm trying to build this channel up and I'm at the very beginning, so it's a little tough right now. And if you haven't already, just make sure you subscribe.